Good morning, everybody. It's Roger Emerson here with your Monday Music Moment from beautiful Northern California. This is the seventh in a series of everything you wanted to know about composing, arranging, and publishing. And I'm going to focus the next 5 weeks on the 5 different licensing rights of a piece of music. And I'm going to start with the one that causes the most confusion and is the biggest topic these days, and that's virtual choirs' need for a synchronization license or a sync license. It seems to instill fear and trepidation in most choir directors, and I'm going to try and take some of that fear out today. So the origin of a synchronization license goes back to silent movies. Once we started coordinating sound with film, when talkies started and music that was not just played by a live organist in the theater, the projectionist had to synchronize the start of the music with the start of the film. So the term synchronization came to be. These days it means whenever you put music or sound with film, like we do when we're putting together a virtual choir video. And most of us are doing virtual choir videos using popular songs, which is a little more daunting than if it were an original or a composed piece. In those cases, we have easy access to the publishers, and in most cases, they're giving free synchronization rights. But I decided I'd test the system this summer and try a couple of pop tunes and see if I could get the synchronization rights and what the costs would be. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised in most cases. Now, if you're looking for who controls the copyright, the sync license on a given song, your best bet is to go to either ASCAP, ASCAP.com, which is American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers, or to BMI, Broadcast Music Incorporated. Although they don't control the rights, they do have the largest databases for which to search who controls those grand rights, so to speak, and in particular, sync licenses. And the good thing is that you put the title and the artist into the search engine. You'll see repertory, I believe, on both of their sites. You use those and it'll pull up basically a search engine. And then when it takes you to the copyright holder, in most cases, there'll be a link right to an email to that particular person or entity in charge. And what I did is I decided that I would try a couple of my own, and I want to read to you the wording that I used when I applied for the license, because I think you might be able to use it as a template. And this happened to be a Disney song, Seize the Day, which I sort of know because I did the choral arrangement. But I want to show you how I worded my request, and I think it might help you moving forward. Once I got the link, it was to a Ms. Choi, and I said, I am interested in creating a virtual choir version of Seize the Day, SATB, using a purchased arrangement by Roger Emerson from Hal Leonard Publishing for my 30-voice high school choir and posted on YouTube. Can you tell me if this is covered by the blanket YouTube agreement, or do I need a separate sync license? If so, what would be the cost? Thank you. And I used my friend Greg Eastman's name so they wouldn't confuse it with, well, Roger, we should give him the rights or charge him double or something. So anyway, and I wanted to go on and sort of read their response. And I received the response within an hour. It said, thank you for your non-commercial personal YouTube post only. I am replying to your request to use music from Disney in your video and to post the video online. While we cannot grant you a license to use this music, Disney will not object to your use in the way you describe in your letter, which we understand to be for non-commercial uses only, as long as you agree that you won't make any claim against Disney or anyone else in connection with the video. Please understand that your use will not give you any ownership or other rights to the music or any other material owned by Disney. Thank you for being a Disney fan. So there's permission right there. That's all you need is that email. The other one I thought I'd try James Taylor's Shed a Little Light, which my good friend Greg Jaspers did an arrangement for at Alfred. And here was my request. And again, I went to ASCAP, typed in the title, and basically got this link to a Ms. Maloney. Says, I am interested in using James Taylor's Shed a Little Light choral arrangement, Greg Jaspers, Alfred Publishing, I put in parentheses, by my high school's choir on YouTube. This would not be live, but rather a virtual video recorded and posted. Can you tell me if this is covered by a blanket YouTube license, or do I need a separate sync license and the cost? Thank you, Roger Emerson. I got this reply from Michael Rafe, Senior Music Publishing Administrator. Hi, Roger. Since you're using an existing arrangement, you can go ahead and post to YouTube as user-generated content. Please send me a link to the video which we will claim for monetization. That's a sort of a key line there in that, just to give you a little brief history, there's been this sort of ongoing battle between broadcasters, and the new broadcasters are YouTube and Facebook, and the copyright holders who own content, because suddenly they have we producers uploading content that is copyright protected. So there have been some blanket agreements that have gone on between these various entities and some large payments, but it's still sort of sorting its way out. And I think publishers want to make sure that they are getting compensated probably from YouTube or Facebook through ads that are generated. So hence that line about please send us a link for monetization. I think it makes a lot of sense there. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. It's not dire. You just got to dive in and do it. My suggestion is maybe do it early. Start now. And in fact, you might even obtain the sync license before you determine what a piece of music you're going to use, for instance, for a holiday video or something of that nature. So anyway, it does take some doing, but I think it's important to teach our kids and for us to learn about the importance of intellectual property. So until next week, hey, it's Roger Emerson. Be well, be positive. We're working through this. A lot of hardworking people. I know you're awful tired out there, but we appreciate what you're doing. It will pay great dividends down the road. We're all going to be better off in the end. So until next week, when we're going to cover master rights, which are also somewhat important to the virtual video process. If you're using a track that you have purchased, it's important to get a master license, but that's real easy. I'll tell you how to do it. So anyway, next week we'll continue with intellectual property rights. So have a great week. It's Roger Emerson, Hal Leonard, the whole gang there. See you next week.